Here are 5 simple rules to become a top 1% student. My name is Daniel. I have a 97 average across all my subjects, making me part of the top 1%. If you want real advice that you can actually follow, this video is for you. Number 1. Make productive work your default state. Let's be honest, when you don't know what to do, you end up on your phone. It's automatic, it's easy, it feels normal. But imagine if working was your default state instead. Not because you're trying to force it, but because it's just what you do. That's the superpower top students have. They default to productive actions. So here's the trick I used to make 90% of my day productive when I first started. I write down 3 normal activities I can do whenever I have free time or I don't know what to do next. And so for me, it was schoolwork, stretching, and YouTube. When I first started trying to get my life together, I wasn't good enough to stick to a schedule. So simply remembering my 3 default actions would make me 10 times more productive. Because I knew what I needed to do, and if I didn't do it, then I would feel ashamed. And so give it a shot. I promise you, if you just stick to this for 7 days, you will build the habit so quickly. Number 2, keep it simple. You don't need to start 5 businesses, get in shape, find love, get good grades, and get a job to become a top 1% student. The best students have done one thing over and over again until they get so good that it takes a fraction of the time. Then they move on to the next thing. They don't just magically balance all these things at once. So here's what you're gonna do. Pick the 2 most important things that you need to make progress in right now. And forget improving in anything else. You can maintain them, but don't fall into the trap of thinking that you need to be a pro at everything. For me, my top 2 priorities are YouTube and keeping up my 97% average. That's it. I do fitness on the side, sometimes I play chess or go out with friends, but I do not care if those things improve because I know that they're not the priority. And if they're not the priority, it's a distraction, no matter how productive it is. And when you allocate the majority of your time, energy, and focus onto just 1 or 2 things, you will be surprised to see how much progress you can really make. So go write down your top 1 or 2 priorities. Number 3, overkill everything. If you really think about it, most of the top students in your school are not actual geniuses. They're not born with 1,000 IQ. Many of them, myself included, just go above and beyond on every test and every assignment that we come across, and that over time builds up to a very impressive looking average or score or report, whatever you want to call it. And if you're not willing to work harder than most people, don't even think about trying to get into the top 10%, let alone the top 1%. I know it's hard to push yourself to do work when you don't want to do work. Even for me, that's the case. What I do is I ask myself this question. Have I done everything humanly possible to guarantee the best outcome I can get? Because if I didn't, I don't have the right to be mad or sad that I didn't get the grade that I wanted when I haven't even put in 100% effort. And I know it sounds stupid, but please take this to heart. Because if you follow this rule, 1 of 2 things is gonna happen. Either you force yourself to continue working until you truly know you can't go any further. And because you do so much work, you get the grade you want. Or 2, you don't do everything you can, you get the grade you don't want, and you realize that even 90% of the effort isn't enough. It truly does take everything you have and maybe even more. And don't take this the wrong way. When I say overkill, it doesn't mean spending 20 hours a day studying. It means doing the work when you don't feel like doing the work, studying many weeks before the test, doing more than what would be considered normal. If you just follow this 1 rule out of the 5 in this video, I promise you, you will become part of the top at least 10% very soon. Number 4, eliminate distractions, don't add habits. Time and time again have I seen people add a million things onto their schedule thinking it makes them productive. But remember what I said about the best students. The best students, the most focused students, keep things very simple. They don't overcomplicate things. And so if you want to make progress, if you want to be productive, if you want to reach your goal, here's the framework I use whenever I set a goal. So the first thing we need to look out for is, what is the goal? Okay, let's say our goal here is to get 95 on the next test. Okay, so the next thing we need to look out for is, what is the one basic action we need to take every single day to make sure we get this goal? And the answers can be pretty generalized. You don't have to be too specific. And so in this case, I would just say study more hours. Or if you want to make it a little bit more real, let's say you could study 4 hours a day. Now, here's the most important part. You have to find out, what are the obstacles stopping me from doing that right now? Let's say it's your phone, bad sleep, right? Friends, okay? Now, find a way to cut out every single one of these. It doesn't have to be immediate, just maybe a small fix to get rid of these or to reduce their effect. That's how I would approach setting goals. We don't add new routines and habits, we just take out whatever is stopping us from getting there. So whatever you're trying to achieve right now, apply this framework, and I promise you, you're going to feel a lot more organized, and it's going to be so much easier to track your success. Now, if you want an in-depth guide on how to do this with real examples, then just check out this video over here. You know what? I'll even link it down in the description so it's easier for you. Lastly, expand your timeline expectations. The best only become the best because they continue to do something over and over again for a very long time, whether they knew it or not. I hope it's obvious by now that if you want to get good at something, you have to do it over and over again consistently. And most people quit because they don't see the results happening fast enough, or they mess up a couple times and think, oh, I messed up, might as well quit now. But listen, if you want to stick with something, give yourself a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years. Promise yourself that you will not quit trying until that time has gone up. And if you want something to start with, try one of these rules. Try taking any of the other 4 rules you've learned today and sticking with it for a month. I promise you, if you follow this, you will make so much progress that you'll want to come back to this video and thank me in the comments. Well, that's all I've got for you today. If you're still watching this video and you're feeling motivated to do something productive or make a plan, watch this video over here. It's the best guide you're ever going to find on how to make a plan you can actually follow. As always, thank you for watching this video. Good luck out there.